Testing. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2.
All right, gents.
Hello, sir.
Here we are on the
What's
Polhada
up?
podcast.
Yeah.
You're a repeater. We don't need to introduce Morgan.
Shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah. Salt Electrolytes.
Salt,
And where are we here? Eden Prairie Academy?
the brand new facility, the Academy Eden Prairie, 7501.
Washington.
Washington.
Yeah. Turn left instead of right. You used to turn right, now you go left.
It's a big upgrade from the last facility. That's pretty nice.
White and pretty.
The sauna is coming, the weight room's being built, showers, unlimited use of water and soap. Just really, you guys come in here and just rack up Hayden's water bill here.
Leave the lights on when you
Leave
leave.
the lights on.
I got to
heat
say,
up.
I'm against a second floor weight room, but you do what you got to do.
Isn't that the Hamel thing too? Don't they have a...
Yeah, I had nothing to do with that, bro. It's the wrong decision.
Why are you against it?
It's too fucking noisy.
Well, that makes sense.
I think it's soundproofed.
Unless your office is below it. That's the main flaw with that thinking. Anyhow,
Anyway,
great new spot. Very nice mats.
yeah.
We're here to talk about how Misleal got hurt at Subspectrum, though.
It's a sad
That is-
story.
It's a great story.
When was Subspectrum? 2 weeks now?
A week ago.
Yeah,
1
last
week?
weekend.
Well, 1 week and 1 day.
Yeah, very precise. Nice work.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Wrap it up. What'd we
Sure.
do?
Well, let's set it up here. So,
Yeah.
Subspectrum, Jordan Peitzman runs this tournament.
The governor.
The governor of Iowa Jiu-Jitsu.
Grappling.
Iowa Grappling. So he runs a great show. It's one of the shows or tournaments in the Midwest that we like to support.
The single best of
They're-
the ones I've seen, at least up in this part of the upper Midwest.
Yeah, there really isn't anything like it up here. No one else runs something like that. You really get the, not to talk bad about some other tournaments, but it just seems like they run through here, suck up all the liquidity from the jiu-jitsu athletes, and then it funds their, boats or whatever. And it kind of, it's a different feel where it just feels like he actually cares and puts it back into the product. You get so much for
Yeah.
your money, and he's always changing the rule set to be more with your ideals and what he wants to do. And this year what he's doing is he's running 4 qualifiers. So he ran Fallout, Sub-Zero, and then they have Mayday,
Yeah.
and then there's one more,
I don't remember the last one.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, it's
We'll call it
different
Bloodsport.
themes. Yeah, it's different themes every single time to make it to the mainland.
Yeah, so then
So-
you qualify with a performance, or you get ranked in leaderboard, and then they'll do their end of the year competition, which is not an open tournament. It's invite, or you have to qualify for it, and they
Sure.
do basically the top 4 of whoever placed.
Yeah. So every point counts. You score, I guess, and it sounds like round robin system, right? If you finish by submission, you get more points. If you finish by points, you get less points, and you finish by decision. Well, there's no finish by decision overtime score.
So the quality of your wins.
Right. Aggressiveness essentially
Yeah.
is incentivized. Right.
Heavily rewarding submissions.
Yeah.
Good. That's the fucking idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's good. I think it promotes people wanting to get finishes, which is sometimes you do need to incentivize that, because there isn't always that. At least there's something that's incentivizing a kill rather than we'll just name another organization, IBJJF. It doesn't matter if you win on an advantage, ref decision, or submission.
Yeah.
The only thing you really get out of that is possibly time back on the clock, for a submission.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense to have that hierarchy, because if 4 guys qualify for the end of the year big show, and 2 of them did it because they scored advantages and points and ran the clock out for 3 minutes, that's not as quality of an athlete. It's not as quality of a jiu-jitsu game as a guy that scored a bunch of submissions to get there, technically.
Sure, yeah. It's incentivizing it, but
Yep.
I mean, obviously, when you have 2 equal athletes, a submission's not always going to happen.
Right. I guess I mean earlier in the tournaments at the lower levels, you're weeding out guys that aren't sharp enough to catch wins against like ability people.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, they use a rule set that's close to ADCC, which is the first 3 minutes are no points,
Yeah.
and then after that, points get put on the board with subsequent scoring. So
They started setting up tables inappropriately close to the mats now, like ADCC, so we get some
Very similar.
WWF business.
Yeah, they, as we discovered with Lowell in 2 of his matches, if you have a submission locked out of bounds, they will drag you back into submission. And in Lowell's case, one time he had he had a rear triangle, and it was so tight. And they said, "Okay, we're gonna reset you guys," and I was like, "Oh wow, okay, this is gonna be great." And then the referee tells the other fella, "Hey, go on your side." And he's like, "Please don't." And then when they put it back in, you could tell it just gets way tighter. Instant tap.
Yeah.
So, but
that's what you had.
Again, that's when you have an ethos that's more concerned about the sport and less about safety. You get to play with some of those levers. A bit. So they have slam rules. There's out of bounds rules are challenged.
I like the new air jail rule, where if you keep an opponent, if they, let's say, lockout triangle or whatever, if you keep them up in the air for 3 seconds, you get to reset in a chest-to-chest half guard.
I think you should just let them slam each other, honestly.
I like that, but I like that better. I'm not getting involved in either, frankly, but at least there's a rule on it versus like this, okay, you picked me up, here we are. Completely unrealistic.
Right.
Yeah, that was borrowed from like a Eddie Bravo Invitational, the CGI, or not CGI, the EBI.
Yeah.
They would do something like that where they would reset you. They would take you out of the submission and they would advance you to like a chest-to-chest half.
Yeah.
It removes the liability of the injury and at the same time rewards somebody for picking somebody up, Kind of changes the bottom game a little bit.
Because what we're all simulating is violence, and if you were hanging on to me and I picked you up, it's about to get fucking violent. So but let's not do that, but acknowledge it, reward it. I dig it. I dig it the most.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, they allow slams that fight to win, but it's so bouncy that nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
They had like one person get KO'd in like 15 years.
Yeah.
Which is that number. They could pump those numbers up a little bit.
So at Subspectrum, there's no slamming?
No, they use a lift rule. So if you lift them above your hip line, they reset you, I think, in
chest-to-chest half guard.
Did this come into play after our guy Austin got slammed? And
I think so, yeah.
Like that was one of the last ones I remember.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got like injured.
Bad. Like, you could just see the life come out of him.
I remember being like down in the benches. I was getting my head wrapped around because I had like 6 stitches in my face. And at the same time, I just see Austin get lifted up in the air and just slam.
It's like, we're having a weekend, aren't we?
Oh,
Jeez.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion about it.
Yeah.
And that was one of the rules that they changed for this year.
And that's one of those, that's how you know you're dealing with quality people, quality organization. Is like, can we make small adjustments based on things that happen and feedback we get and whatnot?
Yeah, and they roll out they roll out conservative changes to the tournaments.
Yeah.
But they do have another series that they call Challenge Point. It's an invite-only tournament that they've done. Mm-hmm. And it's a very, very different rule set. Very different. So
wrestling-oriented.
Yeah, wrestling-orientated. I couldn't tell you exactly the rule set, but you get points for progressions through pins. So, like, back flat's a point. I don't know. I don't know if you know all of them. But they're pretty wild changes,
I'm not very familiar, but all the invites were, well, not all, some of them, majority of them were like people with wrestling backgrounds just because it's like heavily wrestling oriented. But they have some guard players to see how the rule set will play. And the guard players just, I guess, didn't do as well.
Yeah.
It's like they would normally do in a normal jiu-jitsu oriented rule set in that sense.
Normal jiu-jitsu.
Right.
But also, like Sam Geyer always says, a sub's a million points. So if you can not read the rule book and just submit everybody.
Can't score on me if you're asleep. How do we do this time in particular? Let's talk about this specific run of it.
Well, Misleal, why don't you go first, but why don't you set it up a little bit and talk about kind of coming in, like what your past experience was with the tournament series?
So I've done it now, if I'm not mistaken, multiple times. I've made it to technically the finals, which last year the name changed to the Midlands twice already. It's funny because I've both qualified for it as like a backup since I've won in the trials. Like there used to be trials instead of like a whole season, how they're doing now. There used to be trials, and if you won the trials, you would make it to the finals. And then the year after, they did like a real number 2 placement, which even if you fight for 3rd place, if you win that, you get to fight against the guy that lost in the finals, so that there's a real number 2, I guess. And then the best 4 out of those 2 trials would make it to the final, to the Midlands. So I qualified both times, winning silver, I guess, and I made it twice, lost it twice.
Craig
but
Jones over here, second place, baby.
I've been able to compete multiple times on it. The first experience was kind of like just ankle lock in the first round, won in overtime in the second round, made it to the finals and lost there by an armbar. Second time I did the trials, I did horrible. I lost twice and won 1 match. Then third time I did the trials, it was a bunch of wins by ankle lock and lost 1 by points. So I had like 3 ankle locks and 1 armbar, and then lost 1 match by points. So I got silver that day. And then last time was my last time going there, I guess. And I was feeling good ever since. Like I had never done it when I was full time. Now was my first time going there full time.
So going into it, you had some expectations of I'm going to win this time.
Yeah. But I guess when there's more expectations,
Keep going.
when there's more expectations, it also comes with more nerves.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's real now. It feels
right,
extra
right.
real.
I did have to give you a pep talk while you were shitting.
Yeah, in the gas station bathroom. Yeah, that was.
I'm so nervous.
Hilarious anecdote, by the way. Like, we did not expect to see each other at the gas station because we're like both driving in separate cars. And I get to the gas station and he's there inside the bathroom. And as soon as I get into the stall, I'm like, he starts talking to me while he's washing his hands. He's like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "A little nervous." And he's like, "Just remember that you're a fucking champion," while I'm taking a dump. I'm like, "Thank you. I really needed that."
I like how you clarified that you weren't expecting to see each other in the bathroom at the gas station.
Yeah, it was a very organic moment. You know, it just happened.
Still a champion, Misleal.
And let them know sometimes, and not to detract, but
Please.
you're always trying to battle your expectations, your ego. Your confidence can kind of be wavering and stuff. So I found that always helped for me was it doesn't matter like what you've done and like how well you've done in tournaments. There's always doubt that creeps in. So that's one of the things I like to tell myself. I always be like, you know what? You're a fucking champion.
Yeah.
Like these guys, they haven't done what you've done. And just gives you just a little bit of perspective of everyone gets scared. Everyone gets nerves. So let's focus on some like truths.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And I guess part of it was also like I haven't done a tournament since October. And for a lot of people, that's still like super, I guess, active. But for me, I'm used to competing every month.
Yeah.
And I had only done like 1 super fight, I guess, on December, and that was it. Because like in October, I got hit with mono, and I had to be out for a whole month and whatever. So I had not done a tournament format, and I had this nerves that came from like just, okay, at what pace should I go? I'm scared of getting tired because I haven't tested my cardio yet since mono and whatever. And obviously mono took a big hit on my body and whatever. So I was a little nervous about that. But I kind of like knew exactly what I was going to go do there. I had a mixed plan of deciding which matches I was going to guard pull and which matches I was planning on wrestling. First match, it was clear for me that, okay, I'm going to pull on this one just because it was a stronger individual. But I knew I had a huge advantage in the lock department. And I just wanted the first match to be done quick, which is exactly how it went. It lasted about a minute. Very strong guy, strong collar ties. I was just able to get 2 connections, immediately get underneath. Underhook in one leg, just enter the legs, get an immediate straight ankle lock.
Lowell was coaching you, right?
Yeah,
And that
Lowell
one?
was there while Morgan was on his first match too at the same time.
How'd you find Lowell's instructions and coaching? Did you
Very good. It was one of those rare tournaments, I guess. Like I normally am able to listen to the coach's voice. It's something that I'm able to like actually get. This was the first time I couldn't hear anything.
God damn it, Lowell.
We blame Lowell for that.
Yeah,
God damn it.
It's definitely Lowell's fault. There was a moment in my second match where I get my leg freaking broken, where I could hear Lowell's voice right before disaster hits. But yeah, so like no spoilers, but I just spoiled it. So win the first
Disaster
match.
strikes.
Yeah, win the first match pretty clearly, pretty easily. It lasted 1 minute, and because it was so short, I didn't really broke a sweat. so there was no real adrenaline dump in the first match at all. It was just very fast, very done. So I still had nerves after the first match, I have never experienced before. I normally is first match done. I get super confident. I feel great. I'm like, I get in a groove, and I'm like, okay, set the pace now. I'm gonna keep it. But after that first match, I'm still like scared.
It was a fluky start.
Yeah, ish. And part of it is also I kind of knew the guy that I was about to face in the second match. And I know he's a pretty good competitor. He's won the whole thing back to back. I had never faced him before, so that kind of like kept me a little bit nervous. But the plan then was like just go out there and do the best thing I can do and submit him quickly. And he gets to take them very quick into it. I normally like hand fighting and feeling my opponents a little bit. As soon as I put a hand on him, immediately on a single, just getting the takedown. I enter into a reverse de la Hiva, and he actually tries to fall for a leg lock on the top leg of the reverse de la Hiva that normally goes in the hip. So we find each other in a very nice leg lock shootout, I guess. I feel his ankle pop a couple of times, but he just ate them.
We call those good pops in the biz.
Oh, yeah. And I guess like we kept like exchanging leg locks and everything, and there's a moment where he just stands up, and once he stands up, I was confident, okay, he's gonna try to defend. I go into a butterfly ashi, and once I'm going back out of the butterfly ashi, I just left my leg up there dangling, and he just grabbed it, and I was confident because he put me in an ankle lock for like 2 minutes and nothing happened. So I was like, I'm more than fine. And then he switched to Aoki, and then I realized I was not fine. And I was like, okay, cool. So like the knee popped first, and then the ankle popped after 3, 4, 5 pops.
Bad pops. Not good ones.
Good pops. The pops that makes a person scream in the middle of a match, you know? So yeah, the pain was more for the ankle. So I didn't know how bad my knee injury was in the moment. But the pain came more from the ankle and everything.
Keep going. It's all good.
Yeah.
Managing kids.
And yeah, we iced it. The doctor was like, okay, I guess you're done for today. I didn't really know if I was done or not. I had to make that decision in the stands.
And then you came and talked to me.
Yeah. Talk to Morgan.
Were you in the bathroom?
No.
Okay. Not quite the same effect, but we'll go with
Managing
it.
pain. I was more focused on that. I asked Morgan, what should we do? Kind of like telling him like I don't want to like withdraw from the match. I just don't know how bad my leg is right now. So thankfully I had like 50 minutes between my second and third match, so I was able to feel it out. I was like, okay, right now the knee like feels a little weird, but I didn't have any knee pain. I was like, the ankle is the pain. Let's tape it up. Shout out to Travis Hens. I have never talked to this guy, but he was there in the crowd for a second. I just look at him, and I know he's a competitor. So I go, dude, do you have tape? And he just pulls out this full brand new tape roll that he gives to me, and I taped my whole ankle and everything, and went back in there. Proceeded to win the third and fourth match in under a minute.
That's gutsy.
Via ankle locks. And got third place that way. So. Yeah, that's the recap from the whole tournament.
Shout out to Travis. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, great person.
I think a lot of people would probably resonate with that thought where you get hurt. You know, a lot of people that do like IBJJF, they're not used to losing and going back out there. So it's something that when you're challenged with, especially with an injury, how to refocus yourself after a loss, how to refocus yourself after an injury and make that decision. Are you going to go back out there? Are you trying to win? Are you crushed? I mean, so from your perspective, was it more of, I don't want to leave here on a loss, and you feel like you had more to do? Or what was that process like for you making that decision? Because it's not, everyone's got to make that choice, and it
was a great internal battle because I obviously had this voice telling me, hey, don't be stupid, right? You're not winning any cash here, Like, I already had it when I freaking did not tap, right? Like, I was like, stupid for me to not tap already. But it's like, okay, now I had this whole thing, this whole voice in the back of my head that it's like, don't be stupid, don't go back in there. And that's kind of like the nice voice that it's like, let's just go home. And then I
Fuck
had
that guy.
Right. Then I had this voice that was like, don't be a bitch.
There you go. That's your guy.
Do not leave. And also, like, I hate leaving on a loss, especially a loss like that in such a big tournament. Drove there almost 4 hours, spend money in gas, spend money on food and everything. And it's like, I've put so much work, and I know I can finish some of these guys without 1 foot needed, really, So I was like, okay, I can just get back in there. As soon as there's an overwrap on my foot, I can just tap. So I was like, I just don't want to quit. I knew I was not going to forgive myself if I just be like, okay, let's take the safe option and just go home. Like, I felt like there was also safety on just the fact that if there's an overwrap on my foot, I can just tap.
You can
I
tap.
think that we did discuss that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just go out there and,
Yeah,
try
let
and
it
win
play.
everything.
Right. It's
like,
just
well,
go out there and just like, you got at least one more match to go. So if you lose it, cool. If you win it, you got another one, and then you see what happens. And went out there, immediately pulled because there was no way I was wrestling limping. Immediately pulled, got into a half guard, like got elevation, was able to get to a leg and ankle lock the guy. In third match, I pulled a Karate Kid crane pose.
Saw
and
that.
just pulled again and.
The Mikey. It's the Mikey pose, not
don't
karate.
give that to him.
Right.
That's the Karate Kid. That's the crane pose.
Yeah. But yeah, like last match, the guy like actually seemed like he wanted to fall for an ankle. He was also ankle locking people, and he like did a horrible misstep, and he ended up like putting himself in a very, very bad leg entanglement. So like I guess his biggest mistake was I was sitting up, just sit up, normal guard, open guard. And instead of him focusing on first putting my back on the mat and then maybe trying to step into a leg entanglement, he tried to step while I was still sitting up. So I just grabbed an overwrap and immediately like just wrenched it, and he was.
He just gave it to you essentially, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
So how many wins after the ankle?
2.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's pretty badass.
3-1's nice.
It was
Nice
decent.
day.
Yeah.
That's like the best score you can get.
Yeah, it was funny because I had 0 leg discipline where I was putting my feet in terms of defense. Like before the injury and right after the injury, I'm just thinking, okay, do not let your feet like dangling out there. So if you are able to watch the matches, like you can notice like there's better feet placement after the injury than before. So lesson learned.
Lesson well learned.
Lesson learned.
Nice.
The best lessons are the hardest ones, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The most
But-
painful ones.
Morgan also had a couple of matches, and he had to pull it out from the fire on the second one, right?
Yeah, I suppose that was down.
You competed, huh?
Yeah, I
Oh, I
competed.
didn't notice that. Just kidding.
Wow.
How'd it go? Run it.
No, it was good. I don't know what to say about it. I was going there just to coach. That was my original idea, and then I thought, it'd been a while since I competed, so decided to do it. I did have to go up a couple weight divisions, which was surprising, but also I liked the challenge of it. I had gone up to meet another fellow at a 1 weight up, and then when it came time for the brackets to come out, I didn't get a match, so he must have moved up on the last day, and that didn't give me enough time to cut weight, and I didn't want to make that 4 or 5 pound weight cut. So Jordan had messaged me and asked me what I wanted to do, so I said, "Don't let him get that refund. Move me up." No refunds.
That was the pure motivation of it. No,
So we had a nice little 3-man bracket. So yeah, it was a good little challenge for me. I actually kind of like dealing with the bigger guys. I thought it was a interesting challenge. But I really wanted to get my matches done first and then go out and coach everybody.
easier.
Yeah, and that this wasn't the case. I missed all of Misleal's matches, but maybe one. So I didn't love that. We had to go at the same time. But I was a little bit selfish to do it.
Nothing wrong with that. You're allowed to.
Yeah, and I had no nerves. I didn't need any pep talks or anything. Didn't really get much of a warm up.
No shithouse motivation.
The plan was the blender, and really trying and push the pace a lot. The guys that I was going against were bigger, but I thought if I could try and impose, and I've been working so much on strength and conditioning, I thought maybe that I could see how I would feel with upping the pace because I've been doing so many like echo bike rounds and things, so it really does feel like similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about my matches. I guess the first match went against a talented fellow. He was a brown belt, and I was able to get the match to the mat really quick with an inside trip, and then I just applied pressure, found his legs, and then found a break on an inside heel hook within like 3 minutes. It went pretty good. I didn't feel too threatened, other than I noticed he was pretty big. Like some of his grips were hard to break. He could secure some 2-on-1 grips, and it was really difficult. Short break, and then I had to go against the other fella, which was a really, really good guy. I looked online. He had like black belt judo, black belt jiu-jitsu, black belt karate. Owns his own school, so I knew he was going to be tough.
What's his name?
That was George
Shaggy hair
King.
dude? Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, really, really good guy.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of ran into a wall. I had a strategy, and it really wasn't working out too well. He was really good with the grip fighting from all positions.
Fucking judo guys.
Yeah, I couldn't really make good grips on him. I couldn't get to his legs. His game plan was not letting me attach to the legs, win every grip fight exchange. And I was really kind of wasn't able to progress too well. I didn't like how it was going. At the 3-minute mark, I actually stood up because I didn't like the way that we were playing with the kind of like a seated versus kneeling. So I thought even though he's like better than me at stand-up, I could maybe catch him with something and like increase the pace. He threw me twice, pretty good, with like a Yoko Tomonagi and something. Yeah, Marcus has hit me with that before, so I kind of like I'm okay with being thrown. He just used the momentum. He didn't end up scoring ever on it, but some weird stuff happened in the match where they scored points on me, but they shouldn't have. So they retracted the points. But while the points were on the board, I sat, and then they ended up giving me a penalty. So it was just weird. I was a little bit frustrated about it, but my fault.
Yeah.
And at that point, I just kind of let the game plan go out the window, and I just tried to increase the pace as much as possible. So really trying to get hands on him, push it out of bounds a lot, just get in his face. And I think with like 15 seconds left, I finally was able to get an attachment. So the thing was I wasn't able to actually get much for attachments on him. But what happened was in a scramble, he attached to my leg, and I used his attachment as my own. And I pulled myself. I pushed his head down, and like as he was like whipping me around through the air, I caught his neck with a guillotine, and he was forced to tap. So okay,
was that scoring thing the thing he posted about?
I'm not sure.
Or was that a different one? Jordan posted about an error, just one of those. Let me get ahead of this. We made an error, and here's how we.
No, and that wasn't for ours.
Okay.
Mine was very common.
Okay.
It was just one of these things where they had put points on the board and they retracted them afterwards. But while the points were on the board, I made a decision based on the points on the board that when they retracted them, they kept my pull on there.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Got it. I'm gonna actually get him on the line and talk to him about that, just so people get a crystal clear explanation of whatever that error was. Maybe I'll ask him about that too, just to explain some rule business.
Yeah, I think what happened was that they had advanced somebody that wasn't supposed to advance, changed the bracket, and they played out for like a full hour on a changed bracket, and they could not get it back. So there was people that like hadn't lost technically, but couldn't place for first.
It's a cascading problem once it happens. That's too bad.
Yeah, but he does a good job.
Oh no, it's again, like we said, the best show up in this part of the Midwest for sure.
Yeah,
because of stuff like that, they notice errors and make an adjustment and tell everybody and blah blah blah. How'd Lowell do?
So I was there for all of Lowell's matches, which was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, he did really well. He was very disciplined. He won 4 matches by submission. He was looking really good. Looked like he pretty much outclassed everybody. Had a little bit of a tough first match where the pace was really high. After that, though, he was, he was just rocking everybody. Either leg locks or making his way to triangles on the backside, I think, for everything. He looked really sharp. And I know in the finals he went against Sam Geyer's project. He calls
Thomas Chapek, I think is how you say it.
He says he's the spazziest guy alive, and he like just tells him to be spazzier, instead of trying to like get him to not be
It
him.
works.
You don't
Well,
tell
it-
you don't tell
it
a
works.
jokester to be serious. You just let
Yeah,
him
so
embrace
it obviously worked well for him because he made it to the finals with 3 wins, but that matchup was terrible for him because he was expending energy and Lowell's like a knife through butter. It just made
shutting it
everything
down.
Yeah, it just made everything worse for him. Caught a really nice submission.
That's a great matchup for Lowell then, because his game is so responsive and just constantly shutting things down.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like was I know Lowell had made a trade a few times. He got stuck in a submission. I didn't like. He wasn't forced to tap with anything other than like a sore leg after. Something similar to Misleal's, where I tried to not get these guys make trades as much.
Explain that. Make trades.
Making trades would be like you're both going for a submission at the same time. You should be in a striking sense, it'd be both guys throwing hooks.
Right.
So
That inspired today's workout this morning.
yeah, it's
right?
gonna inspire a few weeks of talking about that. And it's one of those things that it's not a problem until it becomes a problem. You know, so unfortunately, Misleal had to learn like a hard lesson in it,
Oh, yeah.
where
Sure.
where Lowell just kind of gets a sore ankle, or you tap in training, but it's different than the performance environment.
Part of what I needed in a sense. Just like I've lost the battle already of trading ankle locks and leg locks before. Like Eric Allen, I was telling Kira about it. Like that was my first time like paying for it because in Fight to Win, we got into the same situation where we're trading ankle locks. And Eric popped my foot like 10 times there, and I still didn't learn the lesson, I guess. So now I'm like actually gonna focus on first defending and then countering instead of just trying to win a race.
Maybe that's the solution. Like maybe it's keeping your feet safe at all times. Other people are just getting really good. Can get really good at countering footlocks. Like sometimes rotation. Like usually rotation beats straight locks. So if you can counter a straight lock with a rotation, that's what happened to Misleal.
Mm-hmm.
He got heel hook basically.
Basically, that Aoki lock felt
it's a
very
heel hook.
much like a inside heel hook.
Yeah, it's a rotation lock.
Yeah.
So like some guys will solve it that way. You kind of have to figure out what you want to do. So
How does it
Quit
feel
fucking
for
with
you
that cord.
as a coach, going out there and also having to compete and then be with us competing?
no, it sucks.
Stop fucking with that cord. Thank you. Yeah, coaching and competing. I've done it in a few things, and it for me it feels impossible. So I can't imagine it in like a fighting scenario where if my focus is on somebody else, I'm going to get injured. I can't. There's no way I could deal with that.
Yeah, it's really tough. I made that decision to compete. So obviously the coaching wasn't going to be as good. But yeah, you just can't give as much of yourself. You just can't focus, and you're really, for me, if I get really intense on the coaching, it ups my anxiety. So I have to really be careful of that as I'm about to perform. So I usually just try and delegate other coaches to coach until when I'm done, and then I can easily shift over into coach mode.
Got it.
Yeah.
Hunter also had a nice run of that day. He seen some pretty aggressive matches, setting up.
No way.
Did you see any of his matches, or was it?
I saw the last one, the finals. I saw that first one. So the 2 that he lost, actually.
Oh, okay.
But most of the time, he was also kind of competing at the same time we were all going. So, like, my last match, for example, you can kind of catch him murdering somebody in the back. Yeah, he like always, he's very heavy with his hands. He does a very good job of just pushing a very insane pace, and tires a lot of guys down. He also a lot of people just get surprised at how intense his pace is. So yeah, the first match he got caught in a leg entanglement, just simple mistake. And
Open weight, right?
yeah, he did the absolute division first, and he got caught with a outside heel hook. But then he made his adjustments, stayed tighter in the next couple of matches, and during his division, he was running through people until the finals. And finals, you were there also on the sidelines, and he was doing very good at the beginning. I think he expended a little bit too much energy in the no points portion of the match. He threw the guy like 3 times, and then once points were in, like he gets double legged and passed. So It was just tactical mistakes right there that if he can fix, he would definitely want it. You know.
Yeah. No, he did good. I will say though that when he was going up there for his match, the guy he was going against was one of these like real chatty guys. And he was talking to the corners, and I just let him know like, hey, have fucking fun with this guy, because like. So and one of the funny things was Hunter was really nervous about the rules on slamming and the submissions and stuff. So he was real, because you can't jump submissions, and he was really worried about that. And you get to the point in this match where, I mean, he's on fire from the beginning. I mean, he hits this guy with a snap in his face, hits the mat. I mean, he's firing, hits a slide by and gets to this guy's hips and gets behind. And now I'm about to see this guy getting slammed on his head unconscious, because this is what I've seen in the gym. He gently drives him to his hands and then takes his back, and I felt so cheated. Like, why are you like willing to kill people in the gym from this position? I've seen him slam people with trapped hands on, like not laying them down gently. But then in competition, it's like drive to the hands, like it's like reversed. Like in the gym, you're supposed to drive to the hands and take the back. And then in competition, you're trying to like knock that guy unconscious.
And he's hesitant because he's worried about specific picky rules.
I think so. Right? I think that was what he was concerned about. I couldn't tell you for sure, but just based on what he was asking before, I think that's what it was.
I suppose you want to go for it, but you don't want to get pulled from you because you edged up toward a rule. So
definitely got a bone to pick. That
we need the show.
Well, I guess we're gonna switch those up a little bit.
Yeah, Brian's gonna cut it into reels, man. Get famous, go viral.
Yeah.
In the rules that it can kind of be a little confusing, the fact that slams are not allowed, but high elevation takedowns are. So it's like, what constitutes then a slam? Is it the drop portion then of how you land them, I guess?
As you're slamming them, just swing a leg at their leg. It'll look like a foot sweep or something.
Yeah. There you go.
Close enough.
I get it, though. I mean, if you don't know the rules,
it's going to be anxiety about it, for sure.
Yeah, and your behaviors will change. So it's something that maybe we could talk about before. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't know the rules either. So.
Yeah. Is that the whole crew that was down there from?
Yeah.
Katie competed. A bunch of the Ronin people competed. I think Katie secured gold in one division, gold, silver. I think she did really well. We had. I think that was kind of
Minnesota guys. Yeah, this is probably one of those. I was talking with Lo about this. Probably one of the smallest showdowns of Minnesota people.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on. I don't think people are all that excited about competing, but Ronin showed up with a lot of people.
Next Level Combat had a couple of guys.
Yeah.
Including Travis. He trains out there.
Ulrich.
Oh, Travis was there. Yeah, he's part of our training group. He got gold, right?
Travis, he got gold in his division,
silver?
and then he got silver in the absolute. The guy that defeated Hunter by points submitted Travis in the finals with a heel hook.
That's surprising.
So, yeah, that was a huge upset right there.
Travis, by the way, learned he's diabetic, so if you want to win a match over him, just dump some sugar in his water.
To kill him.
Kill him.
Put him at risk of real death. Okay.
We're joking about that. Yeah. So that's his Achilles heel is sugar or insulin.
Jeez. Cole Ulrich, you said, yeah.
That was his first time competing. Yeah, he's a friend of ours. I think he had like a small division. I think he had one other guy.
If I'm not mistaken,
in his division. I'm pretty sure he won though.
I think he did very well in his division, but lost in the first match of his absolute division.
Yeah, it's a lot of people when they do their first subspectrum, it can feel a little different. There's a race stage.
Yeah, you're on stage, literally.
Everything's being filmed. It's just a different vibe.
It's for sure a different experience. It's way more nerve-wracking because like Jordan has done an amazing job of making it feel like a professional thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a very big elevated stage with a big facility. You got people all over the place.
Yeah, it's like a mix between Fight to Win and ADCC.
Yeah, very bright lights. The cameras are right in front of you. Like
you're gonna be in a reel on Instagram whether you like it or not, right?
Yeah. So you can either be on the positive side of a highlight or on the very negative side of a highlight. So
low light, we call that. You're a low light.
Yeah, I've been recently on multiple negative ones every time I go there. So
beats anybody that's not on them.
Yeah,
this is part of your journey. But
it's cool to see their like old posts, like the early subspectrums where it's very backyard, like in an elementary school gym feel kind of deal, and to see the production that it is now, it's like no wonder that's. The draw regionally.
I always say there's always at least a small change every time I
Yep.
go there. There's always a shift in something, from like even just something simple as this design of the background of the main stage to like production, the way like the cameras are using to record, the way everything is being managed. Like this time, like there was, I don't know if this is a normal thing, but there was like announcing during the finals matches, which I don't remember seeing that before.
Like
I know
somebody
I've
on the
seen it in,
PA calling out what's happening kind of
Yeah.
thing.
They would do that for the
Midlands.
the
Yeah.
Midlands or
Yeah.
state championships. They had interviews and such.
But I don't recall like seeing like an open tournament like last time, like seeing like actual like announcing of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it was very well organized, and small improvements every time, and he does a very good job also taking ownership when something goes wrong.
Yeah, very.
He like alluded, I guess, in Instagram that there was a mistake with one of the divisions, and like it was totally on him, and he took full responsibility, and he's gonna do well for the athletes.
Yeah. One more thing is just a shout out there is before the subspectrum adults, they run the teen and kids tournament. They call it
Future Stars.
Future Stars,
Yeah.
and that's actually eclipses the adults. That's the bigger tournament typically. One thing that I saw was Akagi out of Bloomington in Minnesota here.
Yeah.
They won the Future Stars. They had brought in like I don't know,
Bunch of
20
kids.
plus
Yeah.
kids.
Well, they always have an amazing crew, so they're winning all these tournaments.
But that's new though, because they just started doing. I think this was their probably second one that they traveled to as a team.
right. But in terms of like the local tournaments, they always have a big showdown.
Okay. Well,
I
they
think-
didn't bring any adults, I don't believe, but
Right,
it was
no.
cool to see them. Like their kid Mason's the top. He's either the top ranked, or he will be now
Yeah.
Dubois, yeah.
the top ranked kid.
Mason Dubois.
Yeah, Mason is number 2 was our kid here, Jackson.
Yeah.
He was number 1 up until this last one, but he's in wrestling season right now, so we lost him.
If you own a gym and you want to develop a kids program, especially a competition kids program, it's Akagi. Go copy whatever Topper's doing, because like the breadth, and they're getting depth now too, at, like across all these ages. Like I was taking pictures at the last Fuji, whatever it was, and I was shooting at Mason because I like shooting at Mason. A lot of fun shots. And it was like shot for shot with this kid. I'm like, who's this kid? And I look at the other coach's chair, and it's an Akagi guy.
Oh, they're wrestling.
It's like
well.
a sleeper kid in his rough same division. I go over, I'm like, wait, who's this kid? I don't know if I've noticed him. And they're like, oh, they train together all the time. He's just a gangster. I was like, okay, so we got depth now over there too, versus like we got 7 or 8 kids. They're doing
shut
something
up.
right over there. So it doesn't surprise me at all. 1, that they organize and get down there as a team, but then 2, that they won. Like,
And
duh.
if I'm not mistaken, they're doing that also with major tournaments sometimes. With IBJEF major tournaments, they get a couple of kids to like Pans and Worlds and stuff like that. I don't want to butcher it because I don't really know that much about it, but I've seen some posts where they like actually take a couple kids there. It's like pretty cool to see how dedicated he's been to the kids program this year.
Yeah, it's a great gym.
It's probably as much credit to the kids, honestly, as it is. I mean, they set the stage, but you need the kids to show up and do the thing.
100%.
Akagi's like 2 miles from my house, so all last summer I would bike to Akagi. I would do Topper's Nogi program, their class, and then I would bike back home. It was like the perfect day. I just loved
Super
it.
slick.
Yeah, I just loved it. Like a 15-minute bike ride or something.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
I dig it. When's the next subspectrum? Do we know already? May something?
Yeah.
May Day.
It's like May 9th, something like that.
I think it might. I don't know if we're going to go out, down as a team, though, because I think that's the same day that we're doing another tournament that I don't know we can
Isn't
announce.
Uncommon Classic on? Well, I think Uncommon Classic is like May 2nd.
It'd be Superfly.
Sorry, Superfly. I'll double
don't know
check
if-
the date as we're
I think
sitting
that's
here.
May 2nd.
I think they're the same, aren't they?
It's like one of my last texts.
We'll edit this out, right?
No. May 2nd, Superfly 2026.
Oh, there you go. May Day is right after.
Is it the next week?
I think so.
Oh shit!
Yeah. If it is, I want to go back there. I need my gold medal.
Okay.
I cannot keep losing.
You just keep us standing.
You're right. It's
like,
May 9th is the next one.
Nice. You just keep a standing Airbnb reservation down in Des Moines and just show up every time until you get your win back.
So we'll be there. We'll support. These guys have a pretty good competition schedule coming up.
Yeah.
Um,
Pans on March.
Yeah, we got
Fuji.
Chicago.
We're planning on
IBJJF.
going to Chicago in April, if I'm not mistaken. It should be fun just getting the experience of going out there now to do major tournaments.
Yeah, there's
and
a
do
few.
IBJFs and getting exposed to it and see how we deal with it. You know, it's been in the local scene for a little bit too long now, and I kind of want to expose myself out there, you know.
Yeah, I wanted to help support you guys for the IBJJF. I haven't competed in that in a long time. I probably won't be doing any IBJJFs personally.
Shocking.
Dude, I just can't.
You should get Sam. You
Dude,
should try to get Sam into a gi division.
He wouldn't even pass the gi
I would love
check.
to watch it.
He's like, what? I can't wear assless chaps? No, he wouldn't get very far. Probably instant DQ.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that you guys want to go through it. It was a great experience for when I did it.
Right.
And
And Chicago's really smooth too.
yeah,
We've been down there a couple different years, and it's just they fly through it. Despite the
it's
size,
so
they
fun,
fly
dude.
through pretty good.
It should be great. I'm very excited. You know, there's obviously a certain amount of nerves for it, but also like there's no real expectations. It's my first time doing pans.
dude, the nerves about just if my gi will pass or not is just
That's actually the number one worry I have. It's either that or weighing in with the gi. Whoever made that idea, you're stupid, bro. Like, what the hell?
so dumb.
It's so stupid that I had to wear something that weighs like 3 or 4 pounds to actually make weight.
Well, the thing is, like, I flew to fucking Florida,
Right.
to not be able to compete potentially because
Yes.
my outfit is weird. Like,
Yeah, so
come on.
Or you
I'm
had a little
gonna-
too much salt on the plane.
Yeah.
Now you can't.
Yeah, I
Fluid
for a
retention,
fact
we all get
know
that.
that my gi already will not pass IBJF inspection, so I need to find a new gi.
Yeah, pro tip is buy 2 gis that are like a half size to a size up from what you usually wear, and only bring those and don't train in them.
Okay. Yeah.
Always bring 2 because they can rip and all that. And they changed the requirements for gis. They're very specific about the weaves and the cuts. So
Oh my
you're gonna have to
God.
buy one
Come
that
on.
specifically is supported by it.
Thank you, IBJF. That's great. How you make us athletes spend a bunch of money, you know?
Hey man, it's the same thing. We'll close out here. This is a good point to stop before we get ourselves in trouble. But it's the same thing in like powerlifting. Like the federations would have approved gear suppliers. Like, oh, they meet our requirements, so that's the only brand you can end up buying from. It's like, okay, a belt. It's a belt. What are we talking about? It's a belt.
Right.
Calm down. There's just too much desire for control over dumb shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, boys. I think we nailed it.
Yes, sir.
Unless you got anything else to close it out.
Shout out to Misleal sponsors.
Hell yeah.
And,
Substats. Check out Substats. If you
Substats?
want to check
Oh,
out
yeah.
the grappling
Hey.
portal and get some stats involved in your grappling training, check out Substats and use code MISLA, MISLA.
use Razor 10 for a
Drink salt.
for a discount that probably will not work, but you can try it.
Or Pohada Pod.
Yeah.
P-O-R-A-D-A-P-O-D. Yeah. Cool.
Drink salt.
Yeah, salt. Pohada, 15% off. Boom.
And thanks to Matt for putting this podcast on.
Yeah.
You know, we love you in the community. You're an absolute boon to the Minnesota and greater Midwest community. So thank you so much for doing these. And part of the reason why I wanted to do this was just get the party started again, get some more podcasts to drop. So let's get some more out there. This is my #1 most listened to podcast last year on Spotify. And I know
And I put out like 3 episodes last year.
It was all me.
So, yeah. You're just re-listening to you.
Just re-listening. Sorry. See you guys.